everyone, welcome back. I am your host, Andrea Sager, and this is our exclusive YouTube video for the week. Today we're going to chat about how to find the right attorney for your small business. And there's several ways. You've probably used some of them before, but we're going to break it all down and tell you why some may work and some may not work. So get ready. Before we get into it, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe if you have not already, and don't miss anything when it comes to the legal side of your business. Now, let's get into it. There are really 4 ways to find a good attorney for your small business. Number 1, I'm sure you've all done this before. Ask for recommendations. Ask on your Facebook, ask on social media, your Instagram, TikTok, wherever you live. Ask for recommendations. Now, we've all done this. We're like, hey, do you know a good this? Do you know a good that? And while this typically turns up good results, I'm going to tell you why this may not work when looking for an attorney. So, number 1, it's going to depend on what type of business do you have. Even though it's a small business, sometimes you might need an attorney that is actually specifically niched down in your specific area. And that could be geographical location, that could be practice area, that could be the specific industry of your business. And let me tell you why. So I cannot tell you how many people have actually come to me after using an attorney that their dad recommended to them or so-and-so recommended to them. And the reason is because the people their dad or friends may have recommended to them, they were not the right attorney for them. And so if you're an online business, you're not going to be able to go to your dad's general business attorney because very rarely are they going to know the ins and outs of online business. If you're a creator, highly unlikely they're going to know the ins and outs of how to serve you as a creator. I've had influencers come to me and they're like, I had this attorney, but they had no idea how I made money. It just did not make sense to them how I made money as an influencer. So how can I trust them? How can I pay them to represent me when they don't even understand my business? So number 1, you want to make sure it's an attorney that knows your business and understands your business. And they've should have worked with these types of businesses before, because you don't want to pay them to learn how to serve you. Because a lot of times that's what general business attorneys are doing. You are paying them to learn how to serve you because they charge by the hour. Every email, every phone call. I know attorneys that if they're thinking about you in the shower, which, let's hope they're not, but if they're thinking about you, they are billing you for it in 6-minute increments. The dreaded billable hour. I do not miss it. And that's another thing. Is this a matter if you just need something specific? Is this something that can be done on a flat fee basis? If so, you really don't want to get charged hourly. I'm someone, I don't like to be charged hourly for things. And quite frankly, I don't like to charge hourly. I don't want to keep track of every minute of my day. So when you ask for recommendations, this can be a great way to get started finding an attorney. However, you want to make sure you're asking the right questions, and you want to make sure that they know how to serve your specific business. If you have a local construction company, you don't want to work with an attorney that specializes in influencers. And if you are an influencer, you don't want an attorney that does family law, that does trusts and wills and estates. If that's what you're looking for, then yeah, that actually may be who you need. But if you're looking for somebody to trademark your handle or your name on social media, you don't want to go to a family attorney. So make sure you know the right attorney that you're looking for. So number 1, asking for recommendations, great way to get started. Now, second way, social media. This kind of does go from 1, asking for recommendations, but it's not necessarily just asking for recommendations on social media. You can look for those personalities on social media. So nowadays, everybody's on Instagram, even on TikTok. And so you can look for an attorney that you resonate with online. However, if it is a local matter, let's say there's a state matter. So legal speak, if you have a state specific matter, so if you're a small business owner and you need help with a contract, or you need help with mainly contracts for businesses, that is what is a state specific matter. So you need to find somebody that is licensed in your state. So if you find somebody online that you really resonate with, you have to make sure they're actually licensed in your state in order to work with them. Now, when it comes to intellectual property, trademarks, copyrights, and some other small business things, you may not need somebody that's local because those are federal law. Those are federal matters. So attorneys can work with those clients nationwide. So when I had Andrea Sager Law, I did a lot of federal law work, trademarks, copyrights, so I could work with clients nationwide. So you can look on social media for those personalities that you resonate with, but if they're not licensed in your state, you might not be able to work with them. However, if you really resonate with them, possibly reach out. They could have a recommendation for you. One thing you have to worry about, though, is are they actually the best out there? Are they actually an expert in their field? Do they know what they're talking about? Because very, very recently, I would say like over the weekend and over the past couple of weeks, I have seen a number of doctors over on TikTok that have been really growing their social media presence. They have been suspended and they're not actually the best in their field. So just because they have a big social media following doesn't mean they are great at what they do. So be careful with this method of social media, searching for the right attorney or whatever you may need. Even though they're on social media and they have a big presence, it may not be a good fit. So make sure that you are checking them out, even if you do find them on social media. Now, number 3, interviews. Find a list of attorneys, make sure you interview them. Even though you find one attorney, make sure you want to have an initial call to not only see if they want to work with you or if they can work with you, but you want to make sure that you resonate with them. Make sure that you think you can work well with them, because when I talk to clients and I'm asking about their business and figuring out, hey, is Legalpreneur a good fit for you? It's not just about can we get the job done for them. We want to make sure that we are building a long-term relationship. We don't like to do band-aid fixes. We want to make sure we are setting up your business properly and building a long-term relationship. So you want to interview this attorney to make sure that they're just not here for a one and done fix. We're not here just to be a transaction. We want to make sure that it is going to be a long-term relationship. So when you find these attorneys and you're talking to them and you're having that initial consultation, make sure that you're asking the right questions to figure out, hey, is this going to be a good long-term fit? Do they understand my business? Is their pricing model going to be great for me? Are they going to retire in the next year? If so, do you want to start working with someone when your business is just getting started, or maybe you're really growing and you're not going anywhere in a year, but the attorney may be going somewhere in a year or two? You want to make sure you have somebody along for the ride with you. So make sure you interview attorneys. And again, even interviewing attorneys it's definitely going to be a task. It's going to be time consuming. So make sure you have plenty of time set aside for that to pick the right fit, because attorneys are not cheap, and you want to make sure that you're not wasting money and that you are setting you and your business up for success as quickly as possible. So interview, interview, interview. Now, the last one, which I'm biased, is coming to Legalpreneur. With Legalpreneur, we connect you with an attorney, and an attorney that can specifically serve your industry needs. We have attorneys licensed in all 50 states. We have just about every single industry and niche that you can think of. And if you basically, with Legalpreneur, you get all access to your own attorney, you get unlimited emails, a phone call every month, document review, and you get access to all of our contract templates. Plus you get a business audit, a trademark search, everything you need to be set up for success from the beginning. And it's not just one attorney. So with Legalpreneur, you have your one general go-to attorney. So this is your basically what I call like everyday attorney. This is who you're going to go for all your basic general needs. But if you go to rent a brick and mortar location, you're going to want to run that by a real estate attorney. We have those available for you as well. All of that is included in your membership. And let's say how we assign clients to attorneys is you fill out your business information, your profile. We do your business audit for you at Legalpreneur. And basically that's where we go and identify everything you have within your business, tell you what legal protection you have and what legal protection you need. During that audit is where we identify what your business is. We really nail down, okay, who is going to be the best fit for this client as far as our attorneys go. And then we match you. If something happens, which is very rare that we match two that don't work well together, if it happens that you're like, hey, this is just not a good fit for me, no big deal. We can assign you to a new attorney. But we certify all of our attorneys. They go through our own certification program to make sure that they're serving you the way that we know small business owners need to be served. And so if you think it's not a great fit, or if you're like, hey, I just think there's a better fit for me out there, we can totally reassign you. So we take the interview process out of it and just really nail it down for you to, hey, this is who the best fit is for you, who we think the best fit is. If you notice something that we don't, we're happy to rematch you. Not a big deal. So you don't have to worry about recommendations. You don't have to worry about searching on social media. We have vetted all of these attorneys. We have trained all of these attorneys. So, of course, in my biased opinion, getting an attorney through Legalpreneur is the best option out there. I know that there are many, many ways to find an attorney, but I really try to break down the top methods in this video. If you have questions about how to find an attorney, drop them below in the chat. I will happily respond, and I hope to see you next week.